with Tim Larson, the creator of the Mayfield 8. How you doing, Tim?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Tell us is this your first book?
Um, well, I'm on my third one right now, but as far as comic books go, no, I've done a handful, like 8 or 9 or 10, 12 comics for other people in the past. This is like my pet project that I've been working on for about 6 years. Um, issue 1 and issue 2 got funded on Kickstarter, and I got issue 3 coming up on February 10th, Wednesday this week. It's going to go live.
Oh,
So,
nice.
so what do you want to know about it? Like a plot rundown or?
Yeah, give us the plot rundown really quick.
Okay. Well, it's set in the 1970s in Southwest USA, and it's about a young fry cook named Calvin. He gets offered by a friend to celebrate his birthday to go down to Mexico, where they don't worry about your age and have some high times. And all he's got to do is a little favor for him along the way. He just wants him to stand guard at this place while he conducts a little backroom deal. And it's a motorcycle trip they're going to go on. And he eventually agrees to this, and he goes down. And along the way, he has a bit of a mix-up. He has a scrap with a biker gang, and he gets even with one of them by spray painting the lead guy in the face, and then takes off. That's issue 1. And then he finds out, much to his horror, that the backroom deal he has to stand guard in is none other than the clubhouse of that very same biker gang that he pissed off the leader in the morning. That's the end of issue 1. Then issue 2, what you're holding on to there, that's the result, of him having to. He's trying to weasel out of it, but he can't really weasel out of it. A deal's a deal. He has to commit. So, and if you read through that issue, things go south from there pretty quickly. So.
Oh, wow. All right. And are you a biker? Do you ride?
No, I don't, but I'm a really big fan of all that genre, like the grindhouse stuff in the 1970s. I said it in the 70s because I wanted to draw people without helmets. Not that you should always wear a helmet, but I just wanted to have like the hair flying in the wind. And at first I wanted a story with a lot of chase scenes, and I didn't really want to draw a lot of cars, because cars, unless you want to go real cartoony, they got to be stretched out and rubbery looking. But a motorcycle, you can have like the geometry of the rider, like showing motion and dynamics and all that. So that's why I went with a story more like that. So.
All right. And you wrote and drew the book?
I did the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So tell us some of the struggles about writing and drawing your own book.
Oh, well, you're your own boss, so really you can tell yourself what to do, and it's easier because you can envision things a little bit better. I had some of the struggles with writing it because I had like 4 or 5 drafts starting out the story, like it's going to be this road trip, okay, on the road, and they just sounded really stupid, like, hey, let's go for a ride, okay. I was trying, where's the conflict, and after just crumpling up like 4 or 5 different drafts, I finally just said to myself, what would happen if I stopped playing God and just let go? And I know the characters really well. I kind of defined them pretty well. And what turned out was that my main character, Calvin, would say, no, I don't want to go. It sounds like a stupid deal. But he didn't exactly say no. He said, you're going to pay me some money. I want more money, and then you pay me gas. Which Lenny, his friend, says, well, fuck you. And he slams the door in his face. And that's the end of the comic, maybe. And then as I kept on writing, in the diner that Calvin's working on, the payphone rings, and it's Lenny back again calling on the payphone, saying, okay, we'll go ahead and do it the way you want it. And that way I kind of really energized the story, because now there's a bit of pushback, and it shows how desperate Lenny is for Calvin to come along. And it kind of separates them too. Now it's not like 2 guys on the road. He's going to meet up with them at a place along the way. So it became a lot more interesting. So I tried that little thing of just, I recommend for any writer that's getting stuck. Maybe it's because you're trying to direct your characters into doing what you want them to do too much, and just see what happens if you were to let go. Like, what if you're writing Batman, and Batman that day just doesn't want to go fight crime? He wants to sleep in that day, that kind of idea.
That'd be an interesting book.
He's in his shorts, scratching his nuts, checking out YouTube.
Right. Where does issue 3 take us?
Well, I don't want to spoil it too much, but there's the rat hole biker bar that you're seeing in the bird's eye view on page 1 there. And
I'll show
the
everybody
story,
what I
yeah. Okay, there you go. The bikers are all filing in on the left, and there's a little pickup truck on the right, just past the narration box there. And hiding behind the pickup is our hero, Calvin. Okay?
Okay.
He doesn't want to be seen. He kind of knows that shit's going to go down. So, it's hard to I don't want to spoil it too much on issue 2, but it's basically in issue 1, Lenny is going to sell some drugs down at the rat hole and behind the bar, and he was kind of skimming off the top, being a courier for another guy in issue 1, and that guy is suspicious of him. He kind of knows that Lenny fed him a story about he had a private cop in conducting his business. He has to bribe this cop in order to make sure that he won't get arrested or won't get any legal trouble. And his boss is a drug dealer. He doesn't really buy that story, so he sends his hitman out to check things out and to basically murder anybody that's cheating on him. that was in issue 1. So when the shit goes down in issue 2, the hitman arrives. The bikers, they found Calvin. I guess that's not too spoiler if I say that, because that's pretty obvious that eventually it's going to happen. There's 50 bikers in a bar and one guy that they all know. And then at the end of 2, Calvin does get away, but just barely by the skin of his teeth. He gets help from a friend, and him and the friend in the pickup truck are being chased. And that's the start of number 3. Being chased down the desert road.
Is this the same book, the Mayfield 8 Into the Rat Hole? Or is that issue 1?
Yeah. Into the Rat Hole is number 1.
And this one's...
White Meat is number 2.
Okay. All right, now I understand.
Okay.
Because I thought that was the whole name. The Mayfield 8 White Meat Part 1, 2, 3.
Oh, right. No, I give them each different names.
All right.
That way it'll be easy to remember names.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that makes sense. When you're finished with number 6, are you going to make it into a collective trade?
Yeah, that's down the road, but yeah, there'll be a trade volume with all the issues bound up into one hardback. I like reading them that way anyways myself. So yeah, that's the plan.
And where can people get your merch and get issue 1 and issue 2?
You can go to timsnotebook.com. It's just one long word. And from there, I have tabs on a little button so you can go to shop or read some of Mayfield 8 for free right on the site itself. And yeah, I got merchandise. You can buy the books there. I got plenty of print copies. I got variant covers, but right now in the Kickstarter, I can't say for sure if they'll be available because they're going to get snapped up pretty good. That was one tricky thing about running a Kickstarter, to go back and forth on a spreadsheet, make sure I don't sell off what little stock I have of variant covers of 1 and 2. I don't want to promise anything I can't deliver and then have to go back to the printer and have things reprinted. That's going to be really expensive.
Oh yeah.
Actually, on the Kickstarter is an interesting thing. I'm trying this out for the first time. I got a sweet deal on just 3 patches, biker patches, with the name and they call it the rocker, the image, and then the bottom part, just like Sons of Anarchy. And it's going to be it's kind of like yeah, exactly. It's just like that idea, only better. That's like a mock-up. That's not so hot. But on my Kickstarter page, I have an image of that mocked up, where it's like at the higher level, $329 will get you like a shitload of merchandise plus the patches themselves. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And the Kickstarter comes out Wednesday.
I'm
trying to think of the date.
That's the 10th.
Yeah, I think that's the day this interview is going to come out.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah. So We'll link
Yeah,
the Kickstarter in the description.
I use a lot of subdomains, so you can also just type in fast.timsnotebook.com. That'll take you right to the Kickstarter because the comic book's called Faster Faster. So,
All
just
right.
type.
And what was a couple of the other books that you worked on?
Oh, I worked at Action Lab for Baby Badass. Did that storyline for 2 issues, and then an independent thing that's also got the Chupa Comics publishing logo, double barrel. They haven't really had much circulation. It's pretty much you can pick that up on the Comixology. And it's been kind of dormant. I haven't really been working on that for very long. So it's been a couple of years. Pretty much just Mayfield 8. That's what I've been working on.
All right. I like your art style.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I want to show them. Trying to find a page that's not going to spoil anything to show them.
It's kind of tricky issue 2, yeah.
Perfect.
Right. Show the big part. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's the Grindhouse poster. I'm making a second one. You can get that one on the Kickstarter. It's 11 by 17. And then it's kind of mimicking like a drive-in movie poster.
Yeah. I see.
And then I'm making a second one for the Kickstarter as well. So there's levels where you can pick up both of them.
Is it going to be a Kickstarter exclusive?
Well, probably not. I mean, the print run goes to 200 copies, so they'll be available on my store as well.
Okay.
The patch is pretty much Kickstarter exclusive because there's only going to be a handful of those. Basically, I need 2 people to fund that one because if I get one, then I slightly under break even on paying for all the stuff on that level. So I'm not being greedy. I'm just like trying to put it at where if I get 2 people, that's sweet. I got it funded on that level. Otherwise, I got to pay out a little bit out of my pocket to pay for those biker patches. So.
Right. I understand that. What would you say that I guess the do's and don'ts for running a Kickstarter would be?
Do join the Comixlaunch Mastermind group. It's run by Tyler James. You can just Google his name, and he's got a really good intensive course. I signed on to the whole shoot and match. My subscription's cheaper. I think if you did it now, it would run like $115. I go at $100 a month, but it's well worth it for all the knowledge you get and all the study courses you can take, not only just running a Kickstarter, but running Facebook ads, setting up a email newsletter subscriber list. So you're kind of building your own fan base, because without your fan base, you really can't effectively run a Kickstarter. Kickstarter is not going to really bring fans to you. You got to bring your fans to your project. And unless you work, if you work for a comic book company or a publisher, or if you have a well-known name, I would go that route of first working on the ground level and building up a fan base first. And if you've definitely got like at least 50 people that will fund your Kickstarter, then I think you can start in, even if you got to hire an artist or if you are your own artist. Like if you're asking, say, 900 to 1800 as a starting, to do like a simple 22-page floppy, then if you knew like 50 people or so, then I think it's doable. But I would really make sure that you have those pieces in place before launching a Kickstarter. And another thing about that course, it really does break down how to make a great Kickstarter page too, because there's elements that you might think are not important that are important to put in. Like, for example, the product image, the comic book itself, don't just simply throw up a picture of the cover, but make the cover, like mock it up so that it looks like it's an actual comic book. You know what I mean? Like warping the page and make it look like it's actually exists in reality. Like you could reach out and take it on the page. Little details like that really make or break a campaign that make the difference.
All right.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that was great. Where can people sign up for the class?
Well, it's called Comixlaunch, comics with an X on the end. I think it's just one word. You could Google it. And Tyler James is the sole person that runs it. I could throw up a link at the end of our talk here, and then you could go ahead and pass that on.
All right, I will.
Yeah.
All right. What's your plans for 2021? Is just Mayfield 8?
Right now? Pretty much. Like I said, that we have I have a 6-part arc to this, and I've been really slow on getting 1 and 2 going. And with any hope, I get some progress, some steam going. I would like to get 3 more Kickstarters out this year. Get parts, what was it, 4, 5, and 6 of late. Get the complete story arc out.
All right.
So that'd be my plan. So there's more than enough work, maybe not quite as much time as I'd like.
Oh yeah, I understand that. Well, all right, Tim. I guess we're gonna let you go for now. Is there anything you want to say to the people before we go?
Oh, well, yeah, go to my Kickstarter February 10th. There's one last little surprise I can give you right now. You like the show Sons of Anarchy? If you watch on Hulu, you can get on Hulu.
Loved it.
Yeah, okay. Katie Seagal and Ron Perlman and all that. Anyway, I got pencil drawings. First 20 backers of my Kickstarter. If you back a physical thing, it has to be a physical, okay, like a comic book or can't be digital. I'll slip this in free of charge, no extra money. But the first 20 people that back my campaign are going to get this. Bobby and Jackson. Okay. Got Chibs.
Nice.
Very early in the show, they had to burn some bodies of the prostitutes who were caught in the fire when the Mayans burned their gun supply down, and their point of view inside the cremation box is the gang. Here you go. Here's Teller and Morrow repair shop with Opie and Jax. But yeah, these are just basically screen grabs, and I just do an original pencil drawing on these. So I'm working on getting like 9 more done, so I get 20 of these finished. Hopefully by Wednesday. I'm on my way though. So yeah, there's pretty good reason to jump on this right away. I can't imagine there not being 20 backers the first day of physical products. So you pretty much would want to go to it. Right? You could actually go to Kickstarter, and my fast.timsnotebook.com goes to the preview link too. I just share the preview with everybody as well. And I think if a window throws up says, yes, I agree, and I want to look at this, and you click that, and then there's somewhere on my Kickstarter page, there's a remind me button that you hit. And if you can do that, then the minute it goes live, you'll be sent an email. So wherever you are, if you got your phone, boom, you can make a pledge and get into these things and be in the first 20.
And the first 20, do they get to pick, or are you just gonna random?
No, I'm probably gonna be at work too. What I'll do is I'll announce the next morning who got what, and we'll figure it out from there. Because really, I'm still working on these guys, so probably just a random distribution.
All right, cool. Well, thank you, Tim, for coming on and talking with us.
Thank you very much.